Away from that, Rivers State Governor Alaye Fubara has formally been documented as a member of the All Progressives Congress, APC, after receiving his party membership card. Fubara received the card at the Rivers State Government House from the Rivers State APC Chairman, Tony Okocha, who represented the APC National Chairman, Professor Nentawe Yewada. Well, the governor during the event said his decision to join the APC is aimed at promoting unity and development in Rivers State. He says aligning with the governing party at the federal level became necessary to ensure political stability and accelerate development across the state. He knows that supporting President Bola Tinubu is not only a matter of political alignment, but also a show of appreciation for the president's sacrifices in keeping the Rivers State government standing through its most challenging moments. On his part, the national chairman of APC, Nentawe Yewada, who was represented by the state APC chairman, Tony Okocha, congratulated Governor Fubara on his bold decision to join the party. Well, joining us live from Port Harcourt is Alaye Theophilus, who is the president, Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide. We'll also be expecting to be joined by Eugene Minimah, who is the Amopusenibo of Okwobo Kingdom. Thank you very much, Dr. Theophilus, for joining us on Newsnight tonight. First, let's get your reaction to Governor Fubara's defection from the PDP that has always been the stronghold of Rivers State, moving from the PDP to the governing APC. First, Fubara says it is a spiritual move. He also says it's a reward, a payback for Tinubu's support during his travails.
Thank you for having me. You know, the governor, as an individual, have made it explicitly clear in his speech while moving to the APC. He made it very clear that it is to align with the ruling party at the center and also to see how he can bring peace and stability to Rivers people. You know, Rivers State, from after the 2023 election to date, has undergone a lot of political crisis and unstableness in the state, which to a larger extent have affected governance and also delivering dividends of democracy to the Rivers people. So as the people elected governor with the mandate of 4 years, he deemed it fit that whatever that he as an individual can do to see that Rivers State is relatively peaceful or 100% peaceful so that the people of Rivers State can have the dividends of democracy, he will do. And it is in line with that his belief that made him to move to the APC, which is the ruling party. Adding to the fact that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu have also shown genuine commitment to sustain the existing peace in the Rivers State by not taking side, by bringing the two affected parties to the peace table. I believe the governor have done it for the best interest of Rivers people, and I believe his move is accepted by all Rivers people, because with what is happening in all the project side that he has been going for the past couple of days, we see the happiness in the face of the people of Rivers State that he is the accepted person, and whatever that will make Rivers State to have the needed development, sustaining the peace, and giving President Bola Ahmed Tinubu the support in order for him to also succeed in his Renew Hope agenda. I believe that is what he has done, and we believe with what the Rivers people have displayed is they are in line with what the governor has done. And if you can even look with what is happening around him, those that are around him, you will see that it is not even on party basis. Those that were even former governors of the river states that are in PDP as a result of Governor Siminalayi moving to the APC, they are also now trying to align themselves with the APC. It is only when the National will come to receive Siminalayi Fubara as APC governor that you will see the caliber of people that will join him to move to the APC. Because with what we are seeing, the likes of Celestine Omeya, even the Terminal Danagogo, a former minister under the PDP, they are all still okay with what he is doing. So we believe that there are a lot of heavyweights that will join the governor to the APC. And that is an indication that Rivers people appreciate and they accepted the move that he made, because they all understand and they are aware that it was for the best interest of Rivers people.
Of course, Governor Fubara is an Ijaw son, and you are the president of Ijaw Youth Council worldwide. Aren't you concerned about what some term to be an emasculation of the governor, where he has had to cede so much ground that you almost cannot recognize if truly he's in charge in Rivers State? And when you say that his move will bring peace back to Rivers State, there seems to be a brewing crisis between the 17 lawmakers who had previously jumped ship from the PDP to the APC before Governor Fubara even joined the APC. They're saying that they're not being carried along by Governor Fubara. What do you have to say to that?
With the little we understand as political followers, we understand very well that lawmakers are not contractors. Lawmakers are not elected to be carrying out contract. Apart from the constituency project that is apportioned to them to see how they can deliberately carry out certain immediate consigned projects in their constituencies. I don't think lawmakers are contractors or they are businessmen that need to say the governor needs to carry them along. In as much as their sitting allowances are given to them, which is as enshrined in the Constitution, I don't think there is any other place the governor is owing them. You know, even after when the governor moved to the APC, we heard the speaker addressing the press that the governor is not carrying them along, that he is giving contract to his supporters, and that he was to submit the 2025 budget. And we begin to wonder if at all the 2025 budget that has already been approved by the National Assembly as a result of the crisis that was submitted by the then sole administrator for the 12th calendar month. And this speaker is now coming back to tell Rivers people that he wanted the governor to resubmit that budget. Some of us begin to wonder, with the little understanding of administration, we believe that people don't resubmit budget that has already been approved by the National Assembly for the calendar year, the fiscal year, which is for 2025. So if at all there is a need to submit a supplementary budget, it is within the prerogative of the governor. If you deem it fit that there are some other emergency needs or there are deficits that we need to submit a supplementary budget. But that, if the governor feels that the budget that has already been passed by the National Assembly for the fiscal year of 2025 is okay, why will the House of Assembly see that as a problem? And when you look at some of his statements, he look like he's bittered. But this is someone that ought to rally around the governor. After seeing when Rivers State was stagnated for a period of 6 years under the military the sole administrator, a complete period of 6 months, there was no development, businesses, contractors, everything. In fact, the entire political space and Rivers people was stagnated. Today, peace has restored. The arms and organs of government has been restored, and we are still seeing a speaker that ought to understand what Rivers people has passed through is still trying to beat the drum of war. As I just said, is that we are in complete support of the governor, and we want the speaker as a patriotic Rivers citizen to see the success, the peace and stability of Rivers State above what him as an individual will benefit. By so doing, I believe that Rivers people are going to enjoy the dividends of democracy in this current administration. Because if we say we will allow people to start bringing words that will cause another division, I don't think it is for the best interest of Rivers people. And right. Even the FCT minister, in his body language and everything, have also shown that he wants Rivers State to be in peace. So seeing the speaker towing that part begin to give some of us concern. Okay. But be that as it may, right. I understand the governor is a peace-loving person, and he will definitely know how he will go about managing them.
Thank you very much. Let me put you on hold. We now have Eugene Minimah, is the Amaopo Senebo of Opobo Kingdom, joining us tonight on Newsnight. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsnight, Chief Eugene Minimah, Amaopo Senebo of Opobo Kingdom. Good to have you.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. I mean, we're discussing the defection of Governor Fubara, PDP governor, a party that's always held on to the state since 1999, since this democracy, returned. And all of a sudden, he's moving from that party to the governing APC. He says, number one, it is a spiritual move. It's in the best interest of the people of Rivers State. And of course, it's payback time for President Tinubu, who actually stood by him during his, 6-month sojourn into the desert, and that the PDP, as a matter of fact, did not really, was not there for him. As an Opobo man, are you in support of Governor Fubara's defection from the PDP to the APC, and the reasons that he has given for, jumping ship?
Thank you very much once again. Good evening. I must thank you for tonight's audience. I share your view. I share all you are saying about Governor Fubara. I come from the same kingdom with him, but I want to speak from the angle of maturity, the angle of peace. The person we are talking about in the person of Governor Sim was actually thrown off board. We must accept it. Rivers State is a core PDP state. We all know it. But he found himself in a situation whereby it's like you are sailing in a boat alone. Nobody came to his rescue. Right. The entire party abandoned him, whether we like it or not, because the hierarchy of the party from the Abuja side, even into the state, never came to say, we stand by you firmly. So he found himself wandering in the desert. And in the process, you don't blame him, I don't blame him. He had to think of what is the next thing to do. What's the best thing to do? And the best thing for him to do at this point in time was to disengage himself from the party, the PDP, because it's a house already in fire. He has tried his best to put off that fire, but it's not coming. So, along the line, there was no way out now. And plus all that Mr. President has done for him, which I must specially commend. President of the country did so much, especially when he was in the greatest of problems, when he was under suspension. You agree with me?
Yeah, but the PDP actually says that Governor Fubara's political troubles are self-inflicted. In fact, they express pity for him. They're saying, look, he's not the strong governor that you would expect him to be going forward, because he has had to cede so much political ground.
Yes, when you are a man of peace, you concede so much. He knows his rights, he knows the way to go, but he didn't want to be part of the flames already on in the state. So he was looking for the best ways to navigate, and the best way to navigate, being a peace-loving man, was to continue to be patient with the system and the entire state.
How will the people of Rivers State benefit in the overall picture? How will they benefit from this alignment or realignment, if you like, with the center, with the governing APC?
A lot is to be gained. I must say it, a lot. The majority of the things happening are in the center. Whether we like it or not, you need the center to be by you anytime, any day. There's so much. And at the center is where you have the president. How else can Governor Fubara say thank you to the president, if I may ask? The simplest way he can thank the president is what he has done.
By joining
the APC.
And not by providing good governance for the people of Rivers State. Isn't that the most important factor here?
Good governance is already on course. He's doing so much, so much. If I can expand on that a little bit, since he resumed in September, Governor Fubara hardly, you can ask questions, he's hardly in the office. Every other day he's on the road, inspecting one project or the other, and not just inspecting, commissioning projects. What else do you want from a governor?
When he picked his APC ticket, formally registered with the APC, said, look, I am now 001, the #1 citizen of the APC in the state. Ordinarily, of course, he would be the leader of the party. But you have a Wike, his godfather, who is still in the PDP as far as we know. Who will be, or who is now the leader or political leader of Rivers State as we speak? Is it Governor Sim Fubara, who happens to be of the APC, of the governing party now, or a Wike who has his party structure, his stronghold in Rivers State, who, as a matter of fact, is Fubara's political godfather?
Yeah, let me come in again. Fubara respects Wike very highly. But where he is now, he has left PDP and now on board APC. And in APC, I'm not here to speak, I'm very sorry. On behalf of Fubara, I don't have his authority, neither do I have the authority of Wike. I'm speaking as a Rivers elder. If you look at the APC, APC has a constitution. And that constitution, which I know, stipulates that the governor of a state automatically is the leader of that state. So the PDP constitution is different from the APC constitution. But here is a gentleman who is not power drunk. He's not crazy about being called the leader of the state or not. He is the governor of the state. He's happy, he's satisfied with it. He prefers a situation where he keeps a very cordial relationship with his former boss, whom he calls his Oga. I'm sure you hear him calling him that from time to time. That's a lot of respect. So,
which not many people like too, if I may say. But I mean, that's fine. Of course, everybody answers to one Oga or the other. Before I let you go, I think I should still bring in Alaye Theophilos, the president of Ijaw Youth Council Worldwide, if he's still with us. Thank you very much for staying with us. We were talking earlier about the seeming brewing tension, between Governor Fubara and the 17 lawmakers who moved, of course, from PDP to the APC over the issue of not being carried along. How do you think this will be resolved? Aren't you concerned that there might just be another fire, burning in Rivers State?
With what we have on ground, the governor is governor of all Rivers people. And the speaker is to lead the legislative arm for the benefit of all Rivers people. And with what has happened as a result of misunderstanding between the legislative arm and the executive arm, I don't think the speaker or the governor of Rivers State would want issues to escalate to that extent or level of making governance ungovernable in Rivers State. So I understand that the governor will approach the appropriate areas and he will see how he can resolve the grievances, the perceived grievances, the House, 17 House members that have moved to the APC is having with the governor. But in as much as what is playing out in Rivers State is concerned, I don't think there is any problem. It is just entitlement mentality that is what disturbing some of us. You know, in a system where over time some group of persons believe that as a legislator you are entitled to be given unconstitutional or unaccounted favor. You believe that the governor holds you excess favor. And you know, when there is a change in administration, when you have an accountant, a competent hand who believes that the resources of Rivers people are going to be used judiciously, and when those opportunities are not given, we understand some persons will definitely come with just grievances, and that is what is really playing out. It's not strange to some of us, but I believe the governor who believes in peace.
Right, let me come back to
how
Chief
Rivers people
Minimah
can
here.
get the needed.
Thank you very much. Let me come back to Chief Minimah on that question of the brewing, you know, quarrel, let me put it lightly, between the legislature and the executive in Rivers State, Fubara and the lawmakers. And a caption that just came in, I read earlier, I wonder what you make of it, that Wike violates President Tinubu's directive in Rivers State, set for showdown with the presidency. I mean, how do you think Fubara can navigate and ensure that we don't go back to the troubled times of Rivers State? And how should he manage this, you know, seeming face-off with the legislature?
Thank you very much. I think he has started well. Why do I say so? When the 17 lawmakers moved to APC, he didn't want to take chances of waiting and wasting time.
Right.
Because that actually affected him in the past. So he quickly took a decision to move to Abuja to have audience with Mr. President.
Which he did.
Which he did. And we are all happy that that meeting was held. That was where he submitted himself very loyally to the president, assured him that he was ready now to work with him, not just working with him, to ensure that the votes come 2027 in Rivers State will be returned in appreciation for all he has done.
You think the people of Rivers State will vote for Tinubu in 2027?
I think they will vote.
Okay.
Without the president, we will have no Fubara today. I want to be as truthful as that. Fubara would have been gone. All was set to impeach him. But the president intervened at the correct time and had to call everybody to order. He didn't want to know who is right and who is wrong. He said, go and put your house together. All
right, we're being called to order now to end this conversation. Thank you very much. Dr. Alaye Theophilus, President Ijo.
You will please let me 1 minute.
30 seconds.
Or 30 seconds.
Yes, please.
Let me quickly appreciate Mr. President once again. I say it over and over. Then I appreciate the peace-loving governor of Rivers State, who has not shifted grounds in terms of peace and progress for the state. He means so well. Let me also appreciate the FCT minister for making himself available for peace. And in the overall, my dear, the good people of Rivers State, I want to thank them so much for their patience and all the cooperation so far given to our performing governor.
All right, and this is why I say thank you too very much for joining us. Chief Eugene Minimah is the Ama Opusenibo of Okpobo Kingdom. Thank you for joining us. And Dr. Alaye Theophilus, President Ijo Youth Council Worldwide.